Oftentimes for me growing up as an only child, I found out that I had an older brother later on in my life, which was probably like 7, 8 years ago. But growing up as an only child, I was just gifted in many different areas. But oftentimes I would be I kind of like when it came to like groups and just being supported and stuff like that, a lot of times I wasn't included. So oftentimes people would see
Mm.
DeMarcus, but like they would show a little bit of love, but it'd be like a kind of a ceiling. And then everybody else would be over here grouped up, and I would always feel like I wasn't a part of the crowds. And so cooking was one thing in addition to like some other areas of focuses for me where I just kind of had to just put it out there. And I was always someone on Instagram and Facebook that just showed me building my confidence over time. And
Mm.
when it came to the food, in certain moments, like I was still just like very nervous and everything, but I said, let me just throw it out here because people are enjoying the energy. And honestly, I think it's just over time, just trying to find ways to put myself out there because I always felt as if I didn't get like the true type of love from everyone in which I would have appreciated. So
Now, with that being said, how do you actually keep the tenacity when you're not getting the love from people who, for being honest, should be showing the love?
that's a great question. In this moment that I'm in right now, and I would say like it's more so a sharpening because where I'm at, been like transitioning slowly into this phase over the years. So I've constantly like put in work. I fought with ego, fought with like putting things out and stuff like that. But over time, I would have certain spurts of where I would push through and get through, and then I'd let that get into my head. Now I'm at a point to where I know how to utilize that for my growth. Like knowing that people ain't
Mm.
watching it, knowing that somebody made that I vibe with, may see all my posts, but they may post of celebrities whose food is not on my type of level. That gives me fuel. So when I go to the gym, like I finally have gotten to the point where like it's hunger for me. So like when I'm in the gym and I've lost weight recently, it's like
Mm.
I look at things in my life and I use that for my motivation because I already know how it feels where you may not have support in certain areas like you want to compared to how it looks like for others. So when I was young, I used to get so frustrated and I would kind of disqualify myself from doing certain things because I let other people kind of like pretty much self-sabotage myself. Now I found ways to
Mm.
really utilize that as my fuel. Like that's my engine, that's the gasoline, that's the electricity for my car. And in this moment,
Ooh.
it's really, even though I'm at my lowest point, finances ain't hitting. I know that when I get to that point, I'll be a beast because I needed to get to this point to where I was at rock bottom, but I had to use that fuel to push through. So
I honestly say, I honestly say you're a beast now.
appreciate that.
And the reason why I say that is because I think you don't become a beast without going through what beasts have to actually face. And I honestly believe to have the mindset you have now while in this space, you're still like, "Hey, I'm going to figure these things out. I'm going to make it happen." Now, with the non-supporters, it does hurt. I don't care what anybody says at
Mhm.
first when you see people resharing and putting out other people's celebrity stuff, and you're like, "Yo, my homeboy right there is doing the same thing, probably even better." It just so happens that the celebrity has a bigger crowd. To take that and use it as fuel, how do you keep doing that? How do you not become like bitter?
I love that question. I don't become bitter because I realize, even on the level that I'm at now, that the purpose is bigger than myself. There's so
Mm.
many times in my life, to your question earlier, where putting myself out there, even in me not knowing how to do it, the authenticity and integrity was there. Even when I was making mistakes or going through life just as a natural human being, where people that may follow the crowds, they would still come to me behind the scenes and say, "Hey, man, the way you move, and I wish I could move like that. I appreciate you being able to
Mm.
show that." So I know what the true message is. I can see behind what everybody else is seeing because behind the scenes, people are giving me those messages.